Hey guys, Betsy here. Real quick today, I'm just going to show you one of my favorite ways to save just a little bit of time in Lightroom. I don't know if you're like me, but I have just a couple of presets that are my absolute favorites that I love to use, that I use all the time. But I found myself making the same adjustments to them all of the time. And so what I decided to do was, instead of walking through these same steps over and over again to tweak these presets, I decided that I was going to just make a new preset with these adjustments. So the preset that I use almost 100% of the time is Kohl's Classic Crisp and Clean from the Crisp and Clean collection. I actually have that applied on import to all of my photos, but I found that my personal taste lends itself to images with a little bit more contrast than what this preset gives. And I also sharpen all of my images, and I apply lens correction. So instead of going through those 3 steps that I found myself doing on every single photo, I decided to create a preset that allowed me to do that. And I'm going to show you how to do that and how to save it, and see if we can save you guys a little bit of time too. So this is just a photo that has been imported, and it has had Kohl's Classic Crisp and Clean applied to it. I'm going to show you the tweaks that I make and how to save that as a new preset. And then I can also show you how to have that applied on import if you would like. So this is with the Classic Crisp and Clean. I found myself always bumping up the contrast to about there. Then I come down here and I always sharpen to about 60 or so as a starting place. Then I come down to lens corrections and I enable profile corrections. So those were 3 steps that I found myself doing on every single photo. So instead of walking through all those steps, I'm just going to save now what is the Classic Crisp and Clean with contrast added, sharpening added, and lens corrections added. And I'm just going to save that as a new preset. So to do that, I'm going to go right up here to Develop, New Preset, and here you select all of the things that you want to be included in this new preset. So in this case, I'm not going to select white balance because that will be different on every photo. And I'm not going to select exposure because I had actually made some adjustments to the exposure here, and so I don't want that saved, but everything else is good. And I'm going to change the name of it. I'm just going to call it Classic CNC with contrast, sharpening, and lens correction. That way I just kind of know what this is. And then I hit create. And what that does is it now added, you can see I've actually kind of already done this with lens corrections and sharp. I also did one with a little bit of haze, but it just brought it right down here. If I pull this out, you can see. And this is right here under my user presets. So if you're not sure where to find it, you've got your presets, and down at the very bottom you have a folder called user presets, and you click that down, and these are any presets that you have created or saved. And so I've got there Classic Crisp and Clean with contrast, sharpening, and lens correction. Okay, so if you have a preset that you would like to have applied during import, whether it's a preset that's a favorite of yours that you just want to have applied to every image upon import, or maybe it's one like I just created that's a favorite that you use all the time, you have now saved it with a couple of tweaks and now you want it saved that way, or imported on all of your images that way, I'm going to show you how to do that. This is something that I do. I have the Classic Crisp and Clean with some adjustments applied to all of my images on import, and let me show you how to do that. You click import and you come over here to the file handling and apply during import section on the right hand panel, and you'll see here I actually had one saved previously that was the Classic Crisp and Clean with just the lens correction and the sharpening, but I'm actually going to show you, we're going to change that to the one that I just made that also includes the contrast adjustments. So you'll scroll down then to your user presets, or wherever that that preset is. For me, it's the one that I just created, and I'm going to select the one I just created, with the Classic Crisp and Clean with contrast, sharpening, and lens correction. And when you do that, and then you've selected the images that you're going to import, and you select import, it will apply that preset to all of your images. So just a really simple couple of ways to save time, whether you apply presets on import, or you just learn a couple of ways just to save time by making tweaks and then saving those tweaks as a brand new preset for all the adjustments that you make on a regular basis. So hopefully that's something that will help you guys. I know that I'm always looking for ways to save time. Time is money. So hopefully that's helpful for you. Thanks.